Yeah, never gets old, man. That video right there. Put that together. I'm proud of that video. Oh man, good stuff. Ladies and gentlemen, it is 5 o'clock in the evening, afternoon, or wherever you're at. Good morning, good night, good afternoon. It is Sunday. It is the day I always look forward to all week long. I wish I can just sleep through it, just sleep right through it and get to Sunday. It is a day I always look forward to. It is a day I enjoy because I get to, again, hang out with the boys, hang out with my guys. We get to talk and talk shit all day long. Well, not all day long, but we only have an hour or so, but at least we get to talk that 1 hour. Catch up during the week and find out what we did during the week and that sort of stuff. I got many things to talk about today. I got lots of things to talk about today, including my week. But before we get to that, gentlemen, welcome back. Logic, what was your week like, baby?
Good. Got a haircut. Played some 2K.
You got a haircut.
Got a haircut, played some 2K. I've been trying to fucking play the show, but can't play the show because I don't own a console. So I'm stuck playing NBA 2K.
So you okay? All right. So again, Xbox, if you're listening out there, I need you to get this man some PC love. Give him some PC love so he gets some MLB to show. He needs some MLB. He needs MLB to show in his life. It's one of those things where I keep telling him it's difficult this time around, but he still wants in his life.
Or if anybody just has like an extra like Xbox One S laying around at this point, I don't even give a shit at this. You know what I mean?
Hey, I got. If you're done with that, I got a couple just later there. I mean, if you want to go with that, it's the loading time is pretty ancient, pretty slow, especially if you're coming from PC. That goes money chiming in. All right. What you been playing?
Who, me?
Yeah, what you been playing? I know you don't got the show, so what you been playing?
2K, Destiny, little League of Legends. Got some League of Legends grinding in. Yeah, that was pretty dope.
I got some League of Legends followers. Yeah.
Yeah, League of Legends. I was playing, got a few games in last night, so pretty fun. Those are always fun. I play with my boys from high school, so it's always a lot of fun. But yeah, man. And then just watching the shows this week. Can't wait to talk about those. Some Falcon and Winter Soldier. No spoilers yet.
Oh, no spoilers. We're gonna talk about it. I usually give about a week before we talk about that. Yeah. I don't like blasting out like what has it been 3 days. I don't like just talking about it because I know there's people out there who got life.
True.
And they don't really, or they wait for the last minute to stream them all.
Trying to say I don't have a life? Is that what you're trying to say?
No. I mean, I meant to say have a life. Sorry.
No. It's okay. No. It's okay. I get it. It's all right.
I meant have a life.
No, I'm gonna shut up now and just play 2K. It's all right. Go ahead. Continue. It's all right. I'm just good. All right.
Let me change that up. I meant have a life, and they doing things that they can, or we got some out there who like to hoard them. They wait. And they like when we have Reborn does that. He waits all the way till all the episodes come out, and he watches them all at once. But here's what I gotta say. What's up, Goddess? How you doing today? 100. Shout out to 100. Jagged Goddess. Thank you guys for joining in. But here's what I gotta say. I have a rule, man. If a week, well, maybe not a week. That's a long time, but not the show is over. But if a week goes by, maybe 5 days. I say 5. Maybe I say 3. Minimum 3. Top 5. And you haven't watched it yet, and I'm talking about it, and you get upset at me, that's on you. That ain't on me. You got stream service like I do.
That's a you issue.
That's a you issue. I'm sure you can find time in the week, even if you chop it up, you can watch a couple here, a couple minutes there. You're gonna watch it, but at the end of the day, hey, I'll give you 3 to 5 days max. I'm like a shipping service, man. 3 to 5 days max. If you haven't watched it yet, don't watch me because I'm gonna be talking about it. So we're gonna be talking about that in the show. Money, what's your week like, man?
Oh, it was good. Watched a couple of shows. Watched the Mortal Kombat movie. I'm still playing Outriders. Got like 7 days on that shit right now.
7 days on Outriders. Jesus Christ. So I know you told me during I think you told me yesterday that you were able to figure out or fix. Maybe my followers can hear that. Like you're able to find a way to fix something there when like.
With the authentication problem.
Yeah, with the authentication.
I guess I was saying that after the update they did, I had to restart everything, like my Xbox, my internet, like because before that I was signing on like 30 minutes. So sign in, like, oh, you can't sign in. Now I have to wait like 30 minutes, and I finally sign in and get able to play. But once I unplugged my internet, my Xbox, and let it wait for like 5 minutes, it started working properly, like fine. It was good. Signing with no problem. Still getting kicked out of games though. They still didn't fix that issue. But besides that, yeah, it's still.
Hey, let one problem at a time, okay? You asking for a little too much now.
Right. Got one thing at a time. We gotta tackle it.
No, I mean, if you prioritize nerfing characters before fixing your game, you have a problem here.
What is prioritize actually? I'm not. I don't know if game developers are aware of that.
I don't know.
We don't know what that is. I don't even know if the developers know what that is. Exactly. No. We don't know. So I don't know. ABBBGML. Hello, how you doing today? Thank you for joining the show.
That's a name. Hello.
Oh yeah, that's a name.
That's a name.
Thank you for joining the show. For me, let's see. Every time I say for me, I think of this guy on TikTok that goes for me.
For me.
Yeah, for me. There's what I did this week is interesting. I'm embarrassed to say I didn't get much gaming in this week because work has been on a whole different level for me. So I didn't get much gaming in, but the little that I think put in there was MLB The Show. Was definitely something I put in there. My God, that game! I swear, if you guys can tell me, I swear they made that game harder than what it was. That game, the learning curve on that. I mean, I shouldn't have to learn the game I've been playing. I know everybody keeps saying sports titles are the same every single year, copy paste, but for God's sakes, this game, yes, there's copy paste things in it, but the pitching, the pitching mechanic, the draw or whatever they call that. I was telling you, Logic, before we start the show. I tried 5 games with that. I gave it 5 games, minimum 5 games. Did I skip the games? That's beside the point. But I tried 5 games. This thing is hard. Playing with the right stick and having the pitch, I found myself either throwing the ball to the dirt or throwing it over the catches.
And you weren't playing online either. You're just like this is just like normal.
Normal franchise.
Like that old mechanic like Madden used to have. We have to use the right stick to like.
Oh, like when you kick the field goal.
Yeah, it's similar to that.
Like that. Oh, okay.
Similar to that, but it has like a draw line. Like you see your stick going up, down,
for your power, and then
and then there's like a little circle. So like at the end of when you're doing your wind up, there's like a little circle that shows you when to complete the actual motion to throw the pitch, and then depending on how close you get to the timing, when you time that last part of it, it determines like whether like the pitch has good accuracy or not, pretty much, or like goes in the spot that you generally like wanted it to go.
Yeah, so it's supposed to be also like kind of like mimicking the pitching movement, like the bringing it up to your chest and then winding up, and it's supposed to be mimicking something like that. It's hard, man. That mechanic, because the stick, it's not. I mean, with the stick, you gotta like get it like you'll see the drawing. It'll be like all wicked and stuff. I'm like, oh, so I kept either throwing it in the dirt or over the head. And I played the Yankees. Yes, I'm a damn Yankee fan. For those out there who are against the Yankees, this is my first curse of the day of the podcast. Go fuck yourself. I'm gonna say that. So there's that.
That's $1. Put $1 in the swear jar.
Put $1 in the swear jar, but that's my feel. I'm a Yankees fan, so playing with the Yankees, for those who are Yankee fans and know the Yankees, their catcher, Gary Sanchez, he's known for being the pass ball machine. This guy he'll let everything get by him. That's what he's known for, including in the game. So when I'm throwing these bad pitches, which is on me, but damn it, I'm paying you millions of dollars while the Yankees are, not me, to catch these balls and move left to right and jump and do what you got to do to stop them.
So how many Yankee T-shirts and Yankee hats and Yankee memorabilia you own throughout the years? No, you're paying.
Well, so then thank you. See, he gets it. Logic gets it. I pay some of his salary, even if it's like I don't know, fraction of a fraction of a fraction.
Basically.
Yeah, I pay something.
It's like owning a fraction of a Bitcoin at this point right now.
Exactly.
Like nobody could buy a full.
Yeah. Let's put a pin in that one. But MLB The Show, I played a little bit of that, dabbled it a little bit. I was able to play that a little bit. Titanfall 2. One of my people that I follow on Twitter, man, this man has been posting nothing but just Titanfall 2 for the last 2-3 straight weeks. And I'm going there, man, that game looks interesting. And then they dropped the 120 news on that. I'm like, okay, it's time to get back on that. I got my 120 screen behind me. It's time to get back that. So I ended up getting back on it, download again. I was talking money yesterday. I played a little bit with it before I left to go watch a movie. But I noticed I had no achievements on it. It had nothing, no achievements. My whole multiplayer ranking got reset to 0. Like if I've never popped this game in.
I was gonna say you played Titanfall 2.
Yes, I finished the campaign and everything. It was just that game that I was like, wow. And I'm sitting there going, no. Either I'm having amnesia, I'm getting old for this shit, yeah, exactly. That's that reaction I got right there, or something. But then I look back. You can look back in your old your achievements and stuff, and I have Titanfall 2 achievements. So I'm like, I'm confused.
Right.
And the thing I can think of is maybe because I downloaded it from, I own the game, but I downloaded it from EA Access itself, or it couldn't be that. Like, it can't be that. It's the same thing, because when you first pop it in, it actually communicates to the servers.
You haven't changed your account. It's still the same
Still the same.
tag,
All I did was the gamer tag. It's changed. You just changed the gamer tag. But
right, but it's the same like account, like pro.
It's the same, yeah.
Account.
Yeah.
What up, Tony? How you doing today, man? Rick, I see you, baby, in the chats. Same account. All I did shaking that ass.
I'm sorry.
All I did was change my name, and on Xbox you can change your name. It doesn't do nothing weird. It just changes your name.
Right.
It connects to the same thing, same content, but it does the whole looking for saves in the cloud. I'm assuming that because Titanfall 2 came out on Xbox One, and that's why I played it at. That I don't, maybe when it came over, that stuff was not at that time I played it wasn't recorded in the cloud or something.
Maybe it was like similar to like the achievements that you were talking about. I forget what game you were playing. Oh, when you were playing the show early, like before like pre-release, and like how things weren't updating yet. Maybe only because they did the game update like with the FPS boost. Like maybe that's doing.
That makes sense. That makes sense.
I don't know.
I mean, I want to say makes sense because it really doesn't, but it's just one of those things where it's like, I don't know, man. It was weird. I got the achievements from the past. I got them all there. I almost got 1,000 on them, and then I'm going back and going, well, I'll just get 1,000 on them. I don't mind that again. I enjoy the game, so it's a perfect opportunity to replay it with the 120 frames now with that boost. But now there's a reason to now actually keep playing it because now I have achievements to work for, and I love achievements. So that's a win-win for me. So that's what I've been playing this week. I have not been able to really game because again, work has been really, really like demanding this week, the last couple of weeks actually. But I was able to, and I'm sure you guys saw that, but I was able to do a live drop on a Wednesday. Excuse me, on a Wednesday, and somebody did note in one of my chats. Let me see if I can find that. Hold on, give me a second. Somebody noted in the chat that when I put on,
what happened?
Oh, he's about to go in.
Somebody said in the chat that when I put in this hat, that they noticed that every video they watch that I do on a Sunday, I don't have a hat on and I'm doing a normal podcast. But on Wednesday, I had my Yankee cap backwards, and they kind of put together 2 and 2 and said, when you put the hat on, you're going in. Is that what that means? I'm like, I have no idea. But today I have some things I want to talk about, and it's gonna get off my chest. So, but before we get there, so Wednesday I dropped a podcast, and we talked about a little bit. I talked about, not we. It was just me solo. But by the way, the fellas didn't know this. I just dropped it. It was a shadow drop.
Yeah, I get the invite to anything. No,
it was a shadow drop. If anybody was gonna take heat for what I did on Wednesday, it was gonna be me. I didn't want that to spill over. So I went in, man. I went on Wednesday, so I did the live podcast, and I felt like, you know what, this is a good engagement. This is how I want to do things going forward. So on Friday's podcast that I do traditional, just the voice over on Spotify, I explained that going forward, the Monday, Wednesday, Friday would just be it'll be still traditional, but maybe Wednesday I will replace it with a live drop like that, like something where it's more live with the camera, and continue doing the same format for Sunday. Reason I say that is because my Mondays, Wednesday, and Friday podcast traditional, even though it's getting traffic and people are out there, I still feel like the engagement is missing when it comes to me being there. I feel that I know there's a lot of traditional podcast listeners out there that listen to my traditional podcast. I thank you guys, but I also want the engagement. I also want to be there. I want to be, I want you guys to see me. My expressions are everything to me. I'm not just a picture up right in the corner. That means a lot to me when I'm in camera like this talking. So that's what happened on Wednesday. But I want to talk about, before we get into our topics that we have scrolling down below, before we get into that, I want to talk about the jackass that left a comment on my YouTube video. Yeah, Jack, I'm gonna just say Jack. He's probably a career troller, but we're gonna talk about this guy. This guy leaves a stupid comment. Can I even get this? Should I even show it? Let me see.
Don't dox his name.
Oh yeah, let's not do that. Let's not. Well, it's probably a troll account, but I'm not gonna do it. But the guy, I'm not even gonna say his name. He leaves a comment. Xbox, blah blah blah. Xbox is shitty, and Xbox Series L. Which, by the way, you guys keep messing around with these names on the PlayStation side with the Xbox Series L and the Xbox looking like a refrigerator. Xbox is gonna come at you guys and they're gonna make a meme into something profitable. They already made a refrigerator.
I was gonna say they made the fridge.
They made the fridge. Me and Money was talking about this. They made the fridge.
Keep giving them
Come
ideas.
back
See what
Xbox
happens.
Series L.
Yeah.
All right.
So y'all keep giving them
Large and
ideas.
improved.
Yeah, we're gonna get some, disc free, smaller version of Xbox Series X, and it's gonna be the Series L. And you're gonna remember that comment you put on my. I'm a snapshot it. Y'all can remember that comment you put on my thing. You know what? Hold on. Give me a second. I'm kind of. You guys can say something real quick. Hold on. I gotta look for something here. It's interesting to me.
Getting my ass kicked in this 2K game.
Playing that 2K.
So playing that 2K.
Hold on. I gotta have like visuals for this, man.
I'm multitasking like all the Zoomers. See, I could do a podcast and get my ass kicked in 2K. I could multitask and do both.
Let's see. I'm looking. Where's that one at? Right there. All right. Can I just see? Yeah, I can. Yeah. Let's see. All right. Hold on. I'm gonna do this real quick. Who's sharing? Anybody sharing?
I am.
Right.
Do you need me to stop?
No, I can override it.
Cool.
Right here. I'm hoping you guys can see that.
Let's take a look.
Wait, hold on. There we go. Let me. It's too small.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, this guy right here. This guy right here. You guys see this right here?
Greater than Xbox Series L. Yeah.
It's not even out yet.
The Series L is not even out yet, you idiot. It's not even out yet for you to even say it's better than Series L. Like, it's not out yet. When it comes out, then we can talk. But right now, these comments like this, look, I appreciate you. What is his name? Michael, the most bland name you can find. I know you're a troll account, but I appreciate you putting that up there. I think he said some other stuff there. I don't know. He had to say it 3 times before. Oh, shout out to Potion Sword. Thank you for that right there. By the way, great channel. If you guys don't know who he is, follow him on sub him. Follow him on YouTube. Great. I started yesterday and nothing but good videos on that channel. I was like, wow, this is. I didn't come across this a while ago. This was a pretty good account here. So please, if you don't mind, check him out. Potion Sword Run. Really good channel. But let me unshare this here. I'm done with this guy. You're done. That's it. You're done. All right. So this guy posted, look, listen, Michael, if you're listening to my podcast, which I thank you for coming in and looking at a replay of what I did on a Wednesday. I appreciate that. That I was able to enter your life in that fashion matter. That's appreciated, man, from the heart. I appreciate that. If you're gonna put down comments or up comments, I appreciate those too. But I really don't want you to miss out on the opportunity to hit me live. So please hit the sub button. You need to hit the sub and the bell. That way, whenever you see that I come up with a video that has to do with Xbox, you can hate live. I need that. That's what I want. I want you to hate live. I want you to go on there and go, shit, Sensei Thoughts is on. I got to go on there live. And it notifies you that I'm on there. This way you can go ahead. It has to be the hat, man. He must have saw that I had Yankees on it. He's a Boston fan and just went crazy. Well, God, this guy's a Yankee fan and he likes the Xbox. There's no way. That's the voice I'm making up. But hey, Michael, if you're listening, man, hit that bell, hit the subscribe button. I appreciate it, man. That way you can stay in tune day in and day out on what I got for you, the message I got for you. Because if you thought that Wednesday was bad, you're not gonna like the ending of this show. But I want you to be around because I want you to be around. All right, that's my week. That happened on Wednesday. Oh no, that has Saturday yesterday. Well, let's go with Friday. Friday, I ended up watching Falcon and the Winter Soldier. And then I watched what else did I watch? I watched Mortal Kombat. Mortal Kombat was something I watched. Got my idea. I got my thoughts on that. And then I watched yesterday. I went to the movies with my son. Had a nice date night with my son and watched Demon Slayer, the movie, the anime. So for those who are not anime, for those who are anime fans, Demon Slayer is out in theaters. It's hard to get a ticket for. It's sold out. But my son was able to snag 2 tickets for us, and we ended up watching it. The social distancing was there. I mean, I loved how they gave us 2 seats in the front, 2 to the left and the right, and 2 to the back. So we had like a square around us. So we was able to watch a movie.
What theater did you go and check it out? Like, don't like obviously say, but like, what kind of theater was it? Was it like a Regal? Was it like AMC?
It was Cinépolis.
Okay.
Yeah, Cinépolis. I went to that. They have like the whole reclining seats and the nice cup holders. Very roomy, like comfortable seats. They recline back. Everybody has their room as far as leg room goes. I hate going to theaters that have no leg room. It's just horrible.
Yeah.
But they had the leather seats, comfortable recline, like room for the front so you can kick back. So they had that, and I mean, we reclined back and watched. I got a bucket of popcorn and 2 sodas, and we went in on the movie. It was really good. Cry like a baby. That's a movie that made me cry. Anime that made me cry. Yes, it does. I did that, but yeah, that was my week. I realized I just burnt a bunch of minutes on just my week, but that is what happened the week. But I want to talk about what we came here to talk about. Some of the topics we have at hand today. The first thing I want to talk about, big news came out this week for actually for subscribers when it came to Game Pass. I believe back in chat, you can correct me on this. Game Pass back in January, I believe, had 14 million subscribers. I believe that's where they were at, 14 million subscribers back in January of this year.
And that's just Game Pass directly. That's not tied in with the like Game Pass Ultimate, or are they encompassing both?
That's just Game Pass. That's just Game Pass. Just Game Pass itself. Yeah, like you subscribe to the Game Pass. I don't think they have regular Game Pass anymore. It's just GP. Well, do they?
No, they still
they do have Game Pass. So it's just Game Pass. I don't think it's Ultimate that's in there. But 18 million. Thank you for correcting me. 18 million is what they had back in January. I thank you, Chad, for that. 18 million. ABBG ML. You're gonna have to get that account back, man. I know they hacked you, but it's hard to say that name. What I'm gonna call you Abjamu.
Call Abba. What was it? ABBG.
ABBBGML. Cool kid, but a cool guy. But I don't know how to pronounce it. I sound weird. It's like Abjamu.
Need a nickname.
Okay. Yeah, we need a nickname. Give me a nickname. But he hooked it up. 18 million is what was in January. We're now at, I say we, but Xbox is now at 22 million.
No, say we. Own it, Kills. Own it. Say we. Is your brand. Go ahead.
All right.
Listen, after you spiel about Michael, own that shit. Nah, it's yours. You own.
Okay, I'm gonna call you.
I'm calling you Phil from now on. That's it.
Okay, Ahmad. There we go. His name is Ahmad, guys. We can call him Ahmad. I appreciate that. But yes, Xbox now has 22 million subscribers. 22 million subscribers. This is huge news because think about it. From it's been out since what, 2016, 2017, Game Pass, and here we are climbing. It was tough because the last generation. Yes, I'm that Xbox. I will tell you that one that owns the Xbox Gold. It was rough. Last cycle was rough. I still stuck with it because Xbox is my brand. I love my Xbox. I love what I do, but it was rough. So it was hard to grow something that didn't really have something for those who are in the mainstream and like AAA titles and don't want to try nothing else out. They had nothing solid for them to go into it. I was the same way when Xbox first came out. Same exact way. When I'm not Xbox, when Game Pass first came out, same exact way. I was like, it doesn't have for me, it didn't have value at the time. Mind you, this is when I was not playing indie titles. I wasn't playing older games. I was just straight going AAA. I had that mentality. AAA or die. That's it. And as it grew and Phil came out and started talking about more and more about it, and those guys over there, the vision they had for it started becoming more and more like focused more in. I started seeing what they were doing, buying all these little studios up, talking about the future is going to be huge. And then I started thinking, well, looks like the next Xbox is going to be it. They're going to have, this is when the fruitation is going to happen. And now with all these other studios they've been buying and they're going to keep buying. And now that I'm into the whole the indie game, AA, AAA, doesn't matter what kind of game, I'm into gaming now, like complete gaming. It's a value, man. Game Pass going from 18 to 22 in 4 months? That's huge. A lot of people forget when Netflix started. They didn't start with 100 million subscribers. They didn't start like that. They started with very little subscribers. The value wasn't there. I was in a Netflix subscriber day one. A lot of us wasn't.
When they started doing, I was a Netflix subscriber when it was still on DVDs. When they were still mailing DVDs, and then they started mailing Blu-rays out. But I remember when they switched over to streaming, and you could still get the physical like DVDs and shit. And everyone has to start somewhere. And it's cool that with Xbox, though, they already had their foot in the door. Like, you had Xbox Live, like, people were paying subscriptions. They weren't doing monthlies. Maybe they were doing every 3 months and stuff like that. But it's just the way the world is now, where it's just so, like, it's synonymous. Like, you're like, oh, does that thing have a subscription service? Oh, wait, you mean I could get all of these games for $10, $15 a month and get my Xbox Live now? You know what I mean? I mean, to the point now, if it was available, you could quote unquote finance or lease a console, pay off your console with your live service now for like a bundled price. I mean, it's awesome what they're able to do and how much they're able to provide for people, and the value that they're able to provide for people, and that they don't have to shell out, because not everybody could just shell out $60 for a game, like every time a new game drops.
Yep.
I'm sorry, it's the truth. Like, not everybody can do that.
People forget that. People forget that not everybody can do that. It's not. Man, I wish I could drop $70, $60, whatever I can. Like, just here you go. But life is life, man. I'm as an adult, I gotta take care of my stuff. But I still love gaming, and Game Pass. You hit it right right in the head. Game Pass provides that, man. They provide me to go in there and go, what haven't I tried? Oh, I want to try this game. Let me try that game. I think they're about to put, what's that game? Extinction. Man, they're about to put Extinction on that thing.
Yeah.
And if you guys don't know what that is, it's pretty much what Left 4 Dead money with like dinosaurs.
Well, at first I thought it was Torok, but yeah, you got similar. Yeah,
that's what I thought. I thought it was Torok.
I thought it was like some Torok coming up, but
well, because dinosaurs, you automatically think it's Torok, but it's one of those. Yeah, it's a Left 4 Dead with dinosaurs in it. Second Extinction. Oh man, Potion, what's up, man? Potion's in here. So guys, please follow his channel. Really good guy. Really good show. He got really good content. That's what I want to say. But yeah, man, it's one of those things where I'm waiting for Second Extinction to come out. That's going to be a great game. It's going to be an early access, I believe. So we're going to be able to try that out. But again, man, going back to the Game Pass growth, that's something that
just consumer friendly. That's all.
It's very consumer friendly. It's one of those you can try out games before you purchase them. Now you got third party games day and date, and that's been proven that it sells. Hey, by the way, for those who say that Game Pass does not, like, it hurts developers, they don't sell games that way. You go over your Xbox right now, and the top selling game right now is the one on your screen, MLB The Show. MLB The Show 21 is your top selling game, and it's on Game Pass. Figure that shit out. It's on Game Pass, but yet it sells. I bought it. I bought the $100 version because I wanted to play it earlier, and it's how I support the devs. It gave me. I'm not just gonna buy a game to go, oh, the dev, I gotta support them. If the dev is giving me an incentive as to play 4 days earlier on a game, and here's other stuff that goes with it, the cards, the coins, all that, the microtransaction stuff. Let's call it what it is. I'm gonna go ahead and get it. I'm gonna purchase it. That's how I support devs. I'm not gonna go out there. Some guy. I was looking at some guy wrote. He bought the game twice for what's that? The return. The I'm gonna return the game. What's that called? Game? What is that called, money? I'm returning the game. Oh, Returnal. The Returnal.
Mm-hmm.
Is it the Returnal? Sorry, it's the Returnal. Yeah, some guy bought it. He bought 2 copies of it, digital and hard copy.
Digital and hard copy. Yeah.
I can care less how you spend your money. It's your money. You're an adult. You work for it. Do what you got to do. But if you know anything about business, a developer or anybody in business that's selling you a product that wants money, they want it residually. They don't want. I mean, they want it, don't get me wrong, but they rather have residual than something that's one time only up front and that's it.
True.
Something residual, which is why Netflix is popular, which is why everybody and their mother's following suit with streaming services. This is why we're having the issue now where we're going, my God, I dropped cable and now I got to choose, what thing I want, which is still a good thing. It's still a good value to me because now we still get to choose what we want in our life and what streams in our living room. As opposed to still going back to traditional cable where they just put anything on your screen and you can flip channels and you're still watching the same thing. So the residual part is the important part. So a developer putting their game on a Game Pass is showing growth. People are still buying it on the store. The developers are getting their money. You got other companies are probably gonna look at it and go, wow, this is a good model. I mean, unless you're doing contracts like Capcom's doing and just don't want nothing on Game Pass, but that's a whole different. I'm not even getting into that. Other streamers and podcasters covered that. I'm not doing that. But the whole thing is like Game Pass is proven to be something that's a good business model. I don't know where this mindset where, oh my God, developers, you gotta support like they're starving, like they're hungry. Like something like they're off in the woods in the wild somewhere going, I need your money, sir. Sir, I need your money. I don't understand that concept. Like they are making money. If they come over to Game Pass, I've said this time and time again, even in the last podcast, where they sit down, Xbox and the developers sit down and come up with a plan for their model. for their bill. Hey, what do you want? You want money up front? You want it this way? You want it that way? How do you want us to expose you? You want us to, marketing deal? What kind of do you want? That's the conversation they have with these developers when they go out there and do that. I don't know. I don't get it. I don't get it. But anyways, back to that positive side of things. 22 million, I believe, is what God has said. 22 million it grew up to. Just an amazing feat, man, in the short span of 4 months. And it's only going to get better. It's the beginning of the year. The beginning of the year is only going to get better, right? I gotta assume that.
Yeah.
I mean, I gotta assume that. I mean, we're probably going to get more third-party drops day and date. I mean, we've been getting them even after day and date. We've been getting third-party developers putting the games on there.
More to come.
Oh, definitely more to come. It's definitely more to come. We're gonna get a lot more news coming down the pipeline, especially now that we're getting closer to E3. We're gonna get more news on that side.
I think
Satya was saying he still got more stuff to do. He still wants to buy more developers. He still wants to do more stuff. He ain't stopping.
I'm being corrected by the chat. Sorry, guys. Fabio, 23 million. I keep saying 22. 23 million. I'm taking that million for myself. I apologize. I take that million for myself. I can only wish. But yeah, I mean, it's growing to the point where, I mean, E3 is coming up. You know, we're gonna get that. We're gonna get that we're gonna get bombs dropped one after another when it comes to E3. It's getting to the point where it almost feels like with the news that we've been getting, it's getting to that point where it's gonna boil over, and it's just gonna spill, man. We're gonna get so much. This is coming, that is coming, this is coming. Oh, on this day we're gonna that. I just feel like come E3, we're gonna be, our backlog is gonna like explode. I just feel like for the Xbox side of things, for people who are who have a backlog like myself, man, it's just gonna be one of those things like I'm gonna have to make choices and go, you know what, I can't play that game. I can't. I'm gonna have to move on, and maybe touch on it later on in the life cycle of it. But man, that's Game Pass is getting big. Any final thoughts on that?
It's all good stuff. I mean, I'm looking forward to E3 more so just to see any news coming down the pipeline and everything, just to see what's coming for the holiday. I mean, I personally want to see more like first party stuff. Like, I think they're hammering it home now, like with the Bethesda signing, EA, that was huge. But I definitely want to see more first party stuff out of them. Even though technically now like Bethesda's first party, but like anything new IPs or existing IPs, like, hey, I need to see Halo. I need to see things like that, and then yeah. But yeah, no, the value's there. And then obviously me personally, because PC. I just more keep doing stuff for the PC, dude.
PC again.
PC.
He needs some love. He needs some love. MLB The Show. He needs some love over there, man. Get that man some baseball.
Yo, put MLB The Show on Game Pass for PC, and I will shut the fuck up. I will never say a bad word about Game Pass until the servers go down and I can't play the fucking game.
Oh man, has there ever been MLB The Show on PC side?
No, there's never been the show on any other console.
But, you're right. What am I thinking? I keep forgetting it's a Sony game now that it's on Xbox. I keep forgetting.
Yeah, I don't even think like on Steam, like if they had like we might have had like
one question. Since you got those people that got that mindset of supporting the devs, you think they're gonna buy for all three things now?
They should, right? That's supporting the dev. The game is out on all systems. You might as well buy it on all systems. Support the devs, right? Like it can't. I mean, if you're gonna support the devs, let's support the devs. Let's not stop at just buying it for one console. Buy it for all consoles. I mean, come on. You're right. Money is so right, man. I didn't even think of it that way. But all right, moving on to the next thing I want to talk about. There's some features that I know this Xbox Series X for Logic, and I don't know if you know about this, but there's some features like quick resume.
Yeah.
On the Xbox, okay. On the Xbox Series X, there's FPS boost. There's different features, right? Auto HDR. They just dropped a bunch of games for FPS boost, which we've been dry for quite a while when it comes to what's next on FPS boost. And man, they dropped a couple of gems, man. Battlefield 4, Titanfall 1, 2.
Basically every good EA title that has come out, like any major EA title that has come out, got the FPS boost. Like as of late, yeah. Yep. Which is freaking awesome.
I want to say this before I know I started a new conversation, but Halo Infinite for Game Pass. I'm gonna just end it with this a little bit. If you're buying a Series S, how much is Series S right now?
300.
300, I believe, 299.
Yeah.
If you could find one, sure.
299, and then you have what you buy Game Pass. Let's say they just buy 1 month of it. If you find a deal, $1. If it's no deal, $15.
Yeah, new email account. Yeah, new email account $1.
You
I
probably
think
get
they're all
$1,
doing it
right?
now.
That's
Yeah,
how it
yeah,
works, right? So new email account $1. You create a new account. You got a console for $300. You can literally download Halo, Master Chief Collection, and have yourself, I think, 5 games. You got Halo 1, 2, 3, ODST,
1, 2, 3,
Reach.
ODST,
Yeah.
Reach,
That's
and
5.
4, and 4.
Is 4 part of that? I was
Yeah.
talking to Money. Okay, 4. So that's 6 games. Well,
Or at
yeah,
least
6.
for PC, and the Master Chief Collection, you get 4.
I mean, okay, let's just go with minimum 4 to 5 games you get right off the rip of you getting a Series S for $300, right? That's just talking about Master Chief. It's a Series S for $300. Then you have your $1 subscription for creating a new account. You have the whole Master Chief collection, and we forgot about Gears. So 2 first party titles on this thing. That's right there. Boom.
Yeah.
You have 2 straight fire games you can play, and with Gears 5. You're able to play the expansion on that, Hive Busters.
Yeah, that's pretty
So
dope.
value, I failed to miss this. I thank the chat for like bringing this up. The value of Game Pass is there. You buy it 3, and oh my God, add to that now you don't play you don't have to pay subscription to pay free to play. So let's say you don't buy the pass, but you're a Fortnite player, you're Battle Royale player. You can play these games now with a $300 system, next gen with a controller and all. Just create yourself an account. You don't have to get Game Pass, and you now are able to play free to play games.
Yep. That's pretty. That's awesome. I mean, the fact that you don't have to pay for Xbox Live, which has always been the thing. Like, I remember for a while, a lot of people used to, complain. Like, it would be an argument for PC people, like,
Yeah.
in the PC wars or whatever, or the console wars. Like, PC players would say, like, oh, that you pay for a service yearly. It's like just to connect to the internet, and you're already paying for internet. It's like, where's the value in that? And you get a lot in Xbox Live. Like, people don't realize, like, the services that you get, that you're paying for when you're paying for Xbox Live itself. You're not paying to access.
You're not just playing. Yeah, you're not. Yeah.
You're paying for a lot more than that. But the fact that now you don't even need, you just, like you said, have a Microsoft account. You don't have to have gold, and you could play Apex. You could play Rocket League. I think
Rocket League.
Yeah,
is free to
Rocket
play
League.
now.
Warzone, the BR.
Warzone.
You know what I mean? You have to think any games coming out now.
Rogue Company, Apex Legends. So many.
I mean, that's freaking awesome.
There's a lot of games you can play free to play. It's just the value of it is there. It's and that whole thing with the live thing. I haven't paid for live in years. And if you're paying live to play a free to play game, then you're gaming wrong.
Yeah,
it's just that simple. If you're paying for a live service to play battle royales only, then you're gaming. We know people who just play one title and they're paying for the Game Pass Ultimate and they play one title.
Yeah,
I mean that's their preference how they want to do it. But again, if you're just buying a Game Pass to play, if you're buying live just to play the free to play games or just to play before they wasn't free to play, then you're gaming wrong, man. Nobody bought live to play free to play games.
No,
that was the bonus side of things. But when you paid for live, you paid for the features, the value of it, the party chatting, the fact that you were able to get 2 games free or 3, whatever it was at the time. You get that on a monthly basis, which is still, by the way,
when they did Xbox Live Gold, like
the Gold, which by the way, that still exists. And I know a lot of us complain about these games look horrible now. They give us these 2 games, they're no good. They're still free, people, and you own the 360 version of it. You own it forever. Internet or not, like you can if it's a single player game you play, you're good to go. It's yours. You don't have to worry about the battery going out. The battery going out, the battery on PS5, PS4. Anyway, you don't have to worry about that battery going out. But let's move on. I was talking about the features. They dropped a couple of FPS boost games. Mostly all the Battlefields are on there now. You have my favorite Battlefront 2, right?
Titanfall. Yeah, Titanfall.
Titanfall 1 and 2. Battlefront 1 and 2, Titanfall 1 and 2. So those games are on there. And when I saw wow, Titanfall 2 is gonna be, on this, I'm like, cool, let me 120, let me play it again. I downloaded it yesterday and I played a little bit of it. I played a game or two with money, and it's butter smooth, man. It as smooth as that game was and great that gameplay is, it just added a whole new, like brand new feeling to the game. And again, like I mentioned, now I got achievements to do again. I'm in it. And we go back to supporting the devs, man. I popped it in. I'm looking at these different features, and they added new skins and everything. I'm like, wow, that skin looks nice. Oh, that's $249. Oh, I'm buying that. I'm buying that. By the end of the whole thing, before I even play the game, I already spent $15 on skins. Don't tell me how to fucking support devs. Shit. I just bought a whole meal for them on that one screen. It's like, come on, man. Yeah. But yeah, man, it's FPF boost. They dropping these things. I mean, we haven't had information on FPF boost in quite some time, but they dropped finally, more information on it the other day, and they added more titles, and that's only going to get bigger. It's going to get bigger as the cycle continues. Remember, people forget we only 6 months into the new generation.
Yeah,
a lot more is going to happen, man. Then they one of the features that I know me and your brother Draven was talking about, and a lot of people in the community is talking about this too, is that they wish that the quick resume feature, that we have some sort of like a Rolodex, something that we can see what games are on the quick resume, like what games are the 5 games that are on quick resume, and that we can select and take away.
So can you explain how it works currently, like for people that might not know?
Currently, okay, perfect. Yeah. Currently, the way quick resume works is that the last 5 games you played, assuming you don't add another one to those 5 games, that's just the 5 games you play. Those 5 games, it should work. In what's the word I'm looking for? It should, in theory. Yeah, there you go. In theory, it should work where I could go into any one of these 5 games, and it'll just. I'm there wherever I left it.
And do you know that what 5 games are loaded? Okay, so
it's you don't. No, you don't. I ended up doing like a like you can create tabs and stuff in Xbox. So I ended up creating a quick resume tab, and then you have to yourself put the game and add the game that you think you had on the last 5.
That's not bad though. That's like making a playlist. Like if I went to
iTunes, what I did. And
I made a playlist.
It's like a playlist. Yeah. I mean, I even fooled my son. He looked. He goes, "Oh, they added that." I'm like, "No, that was just me." And he was like, "Oh, that'd be cool if they can add that." I'm like, "Yeah, that would be." But at the way it is right now, you don't know what 5 games you're playing, and that's excluding online stuff because it still has to communicate to the server, so that won't be on quick resume. So, for example, if you're playing Battlefield or you're playing like an Apex Legends where it requires you to be online, it won't quick resume that all the way online. Obviously, because online it still has to communicate to the servers.
Yes.
But like any game that's not online, that's like you can have a single player to it. It'll just quick resume to that, like Assassin's Creed. I'll be hanging off of a building. I'll leave it right there, go pop in some Apex to play with money in them, and then when I'm done with that and pop back into, Assassin's Creed, he's still hanging off that building right there. I don't have a load screen. It doesn't have something where I have to wait for it to press start. Nope, it puts me I suspended the gameplay right there, and I went right back into it. He's still hanging there. My man's got endurance like no other. Stamina, endurance. I don't know how he did it, but he did it. He stood there for hours.
It's like the Metal Gear Solid 2 thing when you had to hit L1 and R1 to level up you level up your stamina. And then, so there I am on the tanker mission, like a jerk off, just with Snake, just up and down for for a good 30
comments where they say think they're gonna add Movie Pass.
Let me see. I see it. Let me see. Put it right here. Oh no, that's a right. I put the wrong comment on here. This one right here. My boy Rick, he put, "I wish Xbox had Movie Pass." Well, Xbox did have Movie Pass back when Xbox One first came out. If everybody remember that video on the E3 presentation, TV, and they got so hurt for that. The media went down their throat. Gamers went down their throat.
That E3, they barely talked about games. Like
they
I remember
barely talked about games. But if you're an Xbox fan, you knew they were trying to expand.
Yeah.
On the people that's going to purchase.
They weren't talking to the diehards that were going to line up outside of their local game.
They were talking to the casuals.
They were talking to the casuals. Yeah. Like, hook up your cable box through the Xbox, so when you turn on your cable box, your Xbox turns on, and then you could talk to your friends and still chat with you, because that was the whole big sell. Or control it, because even then, when they do the original Xbox One X, they did, or the Xbox One, the one, they had the Kinect.
Yeah, when they announced it, it was like the Kinect had to be always plugged in when they first announced it. That was bad. That was bad.
Xbox on.
Yeah, Xbox. I mean, it was cool. I used it, but it wasn't something I if they would have kept it that way, where that it had to be connected all the time, I would have been kind of like,
I think that's the only time I used it, when I was just telling my Xbox to turn on.
There's plenty of cool things about it, I mean, they announced TV, but as a hardcore gamer to Xbox, I knew exactly what they were doing. It didn't hurt me. It didn't make me sad. I didn't sit there and go, look, so, they're focusing only on TV. I might have a cable box in my living room again. That's not what they were talking about. They wanted to get that casual crowd, right? The Kinect 1 was not that great, but then they improved the Kinect 2. It was an awesome camera, by the way. I did a couple of videos of that camera. But that's what happened then, and then it was shunned on. It was one of those negative reviews. Nobody wanted it, and here we are years later, and now we have the Movie Pass on fucking Sony Play. I'm baffled by how it's like my grandma's flip flops, chancletas, man. That's how they run their business with them, and flip flop every single day. Today is good, tomorrow's bad. Today's bad, tomorrow's good. What the fuck? I'm spinning. I'm like, I don't know how that community even hangs on to that shit over there. I don't know. But now with that quick resume, I'm going back to quick resume. I don't want to stay off topic here, but with quick resume, they are in alpha skip stage where they're testing out the quick resume, like Rolodex I was talking about. That you're going to be able to see, like with your eyes, you can see what games you played 5 that's in quick resume queue, and it's also going to let you take away input. Not just look at it, but take away input. So, for example, there's a game there that you're not going to play no more that you're going to be putting off for a while, but you want to add another game to it. You can take that game out and put another one in. So, quick resume is going to work in that kind of in theory, it's going to work that way. Because right now, it's like if you introduce online gaming to the quick resume, it won't do it. Some games may or may not work.
You can't be in like, an Outriders mission at the end, end game Outriders mission, and then be like, oh, I'm gonna go eat real quick. I'll come right back to this like that. Obviously, live service games and stuff like that, it's not gonna work.
It'll just lock you right off.
If you're playing the show, like the show has quick resume, right?
Yeah, show has quick resume. Yeah.
Show, like any sports title that you're playing not online, like single player or whatever, like it would save and stuff. It's pretty awesome.
Yeah. So I mean,
that feature in itself it's really cool, especially if it's not taking up resources like that too. Like if you can still, the fact that you can still operate the system itself, and that it's just able to keep the game like kind of just queued up in the background. So when you do want to eventually go back in, like if you want to switch over to your Hulu, your Netflix or whatever, and you're watching that, and then you switch back over, it's like, all right, I'm ready to the game now, and you're not waiting for load times. It's just, okay, the game's ready. I'm gonna play it, Like that's awesome.
Well, that's one of those things that they took advantage of when it comes to the SSD and the way the architecture for the Xbox is. That's one of the ways they took advantage of it. To me, that's a next gen feature. Maybe that's been around the PC world. I'm hearing it's been PC world.
It's just for us. It's basically, okay, you got a fast hard drive, great. You got some good RAM, great. So your game's going to load up pretty quick, and you're going to have pretty quick load times. But the game still shuts down the same way unless I Alt Tab. Like right now, like I have here's my quick resume. My game's running in the background, but now I'm looking at like your video of the show. So like you know what I mean?
Oh, okay, I got you. You have multiple tabs open.
If I Alt Tab, okay, now I'm back in and I'm looking at 2K. I can't see you guys because I'm only on one monitor. But like it's running in the background, but because it's not in the forefront, it's not using as many resources basically. But it's still there running, and it's still being utilized in the background. But it's not. But I can't do that with multiple games. Like I can't go, or I can technically, but it would stress out your computer.
It would add stress.
Just me having as many Chrome fucking browsers that I have open right now could stress out my computer if I didn't have 32 gigs of RAM. Like Chrome I'm sorry, it's horrible. I love Google, but Chrome is fucking horrible. Like I literally I'm looking at all these windows right now, and for every tab I have open is my resources, my memory. Like, what the fuck are you doing? Like, you don't need all those tabs.
Yeah.
Because it sucks up like your computer bandwidth and shit. It sucks, dude.
Well, I mean, that quick resume works. It's probably tabs in the background, but that's pretty much how it works.
Well, that's pretty. It's basically an alt tab feature, which is awesome.
That's what it is. Yeah, so they fleshed it out and brought it to console. It works. To me, it's a next gen feature, but it does seriously needs an overhaul. It does. It's one of those features. I know it's been out only 6 months, but it is one of those features that needs an overhaul. Rick has put that in the chat.
Or it's just something that like it basically that they'll continue to add to and improve, not necessarily like overhaul.
Well, yeah, not an overhaul. You're right. That was bad wording, but improve on, because again, it's only been out for 6 months, so it has plenty of room to improve. I agree. Sorry, thank you for that. But gotta say, hold on. She put that right here. Microsoft Edge over Google Chrome. You agree with that?
No. any other Netscape fucking Navigator from 1999 over Microsoft Edge. I'm sorry, like no, it's still no matter how resource hungry Chrome is, I'll still use that over Edge. I'm sorry.
Okay. Well, there you have it, goddess. No, so it does need to be worked. It does need to be, it's gonna get better, but it right now it's a hit or miss. The quick resume. Even with games like Assassin's Creed, even as good as it's been working for me when it comes to quick resume, for others it hasn't. Rick pointed out in the chat, for him he's had issues with Valhalla when it comes to quick resume. So it may work with some, it may work with others, but that's the improvement I'm looking forward to. And hopefully that with this testing of they're doing the alpha skip testing, they're doing with the bringing the quick resume Rolodex kind of feature or the app, that they're also working on making it better and improving it, making it better. That looks weird. I got these guys on the screen, so they're part of the chat. But
I wonder if that's more so on Xbox, like the Xbox team itself, like the console team, versus like the dev. Because we talk about how like devs have to like make games for for PCs, for
they
Xbox,
have to code it in and stuff.
They have to code it in and stuff like that. So I wonder if that's a thing that's more so on the Xbox side and not the dev side. You know what I mean?
It could. I mean, it could. I think it's because when they give these dev kits out to the developers, they're there to provide support, additional support. But I'm already thinking that these dev kits have the coding in there for the features that the Xbox has, so it's more of a dev thing. I can see that. I can see that maybe again that goes back to the tools. The devs having to learn how to use these things. So maybe more support from the Xbox side of things, saying, "Hey, we're here for you." I'm sure they got like what do you call those, like ambassadors or something that go down to these developer studios from Xbox for the support side of things. So being that it's next gen, new gen, so I'm sure that's happening. But it does need improvement. It does need some improvement. Some that quick resume is, to me, is one of those great next gen features that I didn't have back in the last gen. So yeah, games are gonna get better. Games are gonna look better. They're gonna play better.
I think it's going to take about 2 or 3 years for they actually take full advantage of the Xbox.
Oh no, it's going to take. Yeah, I would say about 2 years tops for them to take advantage of an Xbox. 2 years at minimum. 2 years.
Yeah.
For them to take care to start learning how to use fully the Xbox. It's why a lot of these games come out the way they come out, with the frame rates dropping, quick resume not working as much or as consistent as it should. FPS boost being that the way the information that is scarce. Hey, look, you got money. There you go for you.
Yeah, I see that.
No, cool. I'm gonna add you too, goddess. I know you didn't ask me, but I'll do it too. Feel left out on that one. My show, and she's calling you. Oh, cool. Thank you, goddess. Anyways, so that's the quick resume status there. They working on it. It's an alpha skip, so I'm hoping that it gets better. The other thing on the feature side of things that this needs an overhaul. This definitely needs an overhaul. The capture and sharing feature on Xbox, that needs a complete overhaul. Yesterday, I shared just a clip, 30-second clip from Titanfall 2 with me snapping the enemy's neck.
Yeah,
and it's like dark. It's like completely dark. Like you can see it, but it's like dark. And I'm going, man, this is horrible. One thing I will praise PlayStation for. Oh my God, that hurts. One thing I will praise PlayStation for is their sharing feature, like their screenshots and sharing. When it comes to the content, the factory, whatever they call it, I think they call it share factory. It's amazing. It's on a whole different level. And I wish that was something that they would like Xbox would do, like think of and overhaul the whole entire thing. I wish they would have overhauled this before the system came out. But I'm sure Aaron's been talking about it. They've already been talking about how that's one of those things that they have up on their list that they're gonna completely do different. Because right now, when you hold the button to share, it takes about a half a second to a second for it to start recording. And then the perfect clip you have is not perfect because it started recording 3 seconds later. It's like, oh, the thing I wanted to get, it's not there. And that sucks. It's like.
We've come a long way from Xbox record that. Remember
that? We have record that Xbox. So I'm not trying to be ungrateful. It's come a long ways.
But yeah, it needs work.
It needs work. And when I'm trying to share a video and it comes out that dark, it's like, what happened here? Like, I'm not trying to. I mean, there's workarounds around it. I could download it or put it.
I think what that problem is, I don't think they ever updated that service at all.
It's still the same capture service.
It's still the same thing since Xbox One got released. So they haven't tested since then.
They really need to. Then they
Yeah.
need to go in there. If that's the case, they need to go in there and do what they got to do.
Well, especially if you said it has that delay, like it's different. Like, okay, I'm playing a game, right? I got a key where because I have NVIDIA's Shadow Play, that's a thing with through the graphics card. So what I could do is, as I'm playing, like if I just hit a hotkey F10, let's say, I can record the last 3 minutes. I could also make it 5 minutes. I can make it 10 minutes. I can make it just record all, and it'll record the audio, it'll record the video, and then afterwards I just get the raw file that's saved to the hard drive. Like you need something like similar like that. Like obviously that's a lot to ask for, and there's a lot of compression that's involved too, because even if it is just doing these like little clips and stuff, it still has to save the clips somewhere, unless it's doing like the whole cloud thing where it's just going to save it to the cloud and not take up your space, because that would be a lot.
Well,
like,
that's the workaround for me.
Yeah,
that's my workaround. My workaround for that darkness to happen is I upload it to the cloud.
Yeah.
Which is what does Xbox use? What's the Microsoft cloud service?
Azure.
Well, no, they have like that. The app. What's that called? Whatever.
Oh, yeah.
The cloud they have.
OneDrive.
There you go. I upload it to OneDrive, and then from there I do what I got to do, and it comes out whole. It looks a whole lot better that way. But that's me. Excuse me. That's me removing it from the Xbox, putting it in the cloud, so I can work from that point. That's why it doesn't come out dark, because now you're putting it somewhere else. But the Xbox itself, that the share feature in that is just, it's a hit or miss with that too.
It's like, dated. It needs to be updated.
Yes. Some games come out nice. I've shared over time. I've shared where it's like, wow, this looks great. It looks good. But then I guess an older game like Titanfall, because it's in the older side of things, it didn't come out great. I didn't expect it when I saw it. When I saw it yesterday and uploaded it, or when I went to put it on Twitter, I'm going, oh wow, we're back to this again. What? I thought it fixed it. It wasn't that. It's an older game, so it's not updated. Like it's just that whole service, that whole feature.
It's not gonna make it better with the old game, and then still not being updated.
Not, yeah. So and that's the thing. Then you got FPS boost involved now. Yeah, auto HDR. So I guess all that kind of interferes with the sharing content thing. But
it's the same thing. Sorry, like the same thing like Battlefield 4. It's an old game. It runs better, but it's still, you still see it's a 360 game.
Yeah, you can still see a 360 game, and that's the issue, I think. But again, introducing FPS boost, auto HDR, and then quick resume, and all these things there, it's like it's probably gonna interfere with that kind of stuff. It's an old app. They need to update it. And then you have the share button on the controller. Let's take advantage of that, man. Take full advantage of that. You have a share controller, and can we get YouTube as a streaming platform, please, from our console? And not be Twitch. I fucking hate Twitch, man.
Wait, two competitors.
You can't stream to YouTube from Xbox?
No, you can't.
Two competitors, they ain't gonna work.
Unless you do like the whole workaround thing where you the whole streaming setup and everything but straight from your box on the your
it
box
only allows you to stream to Twitch.
Because of like money says probably a partnership thing.
But that's no. It's more on just YouTube, because that's like an open source thing. Like there's no reason why. Well, and remember also is that Microsoft had their own streaming service until they didn't.
That's the Mixer.
Yeah. So and that I'm sure when Mixer was around, I'm sure you were able to stream to Mixer no problem straight from the Xbox.
Oh yeah. Mixer, Twitch, But even Twitch was able to stream. You was able to make it where it automatically when you hit stream.
Yeah,
it's Twitch that you're streaming to. Now you have to leave, go to the Twitch app, and then set up your Twitch app that way. Oh, I guess
real quick, can you see this dog? Can you guys see this dog right now?
No,
in the corner.
Oh yeah,
right here. Do you see like her like completely, or no?
Not
really.
Not completely.
Hold on, I want to show.
I would have to hold on. I would have to do this. Hold on.
Real quick, yeah, breaking the. Look at this.
Look, chat. In no other podcast are you going to get a beautiful dog in our stream. You're not going to get this at all.
What do you want?
That? You're not going to get this in no cult stream, right, Money?
I'm busy.
Cult Eastwood. You're not going to get that on his stream. He doesn't show his dog.
I'm busy.
Maybe a guitar.
I'm busy. I'm busy. She wants to play. Wait. Sorry, just had to break that.
Oh, you're good. You're good. I'm
breaking the action to show the dog.
I'm gonna share your NBA 2K choppy live play there. Actually, let me just.
Is it really bad?
It's pretty choppy. All right, so let me just go and sorry live. This is all live. There you go. Maybe this one. I like that one. Let's do that one. So, what was I at? So yeah, when it comes to where was I at? So lost.
we were just kind of, I think, putting a bow on the FPS boost and stuff
Oh,
like
the
that.
FPS boost. Yeah, they announced more FPS boost titles.
Yeah.
Quick resume is being worked on the skip alpha thing.
I have something real quick to
sharing.
add into that as well, like, well, basically for the end of it. PCGamer.com just put out an article the other day saying that Asus has a new 4K 144 hertz HDMI 2.1 monitor coming out in May.
In next month, May?
Yeah, in May.
Fuck.
So it's an Asus 43-inch monitor. It's HDR 1000 certified. DSC technology, which is a bunch of like gibberish, basically. Not gibberish, but it's a service that lets people use compression services to basically make 4K images look better and not like take as much bandwidth. But HDMI 2.1 is going to be native on there as well. That's obviously what the new consoles use, both consoles. So if you are a console gamer, even a PC gamer too, because it has FreeSync 2 built into it as well, so do the new consoles. But yeah, so for, I think they said MSRP is going to be around like 1,800. But 43-inch 4K 144 hertz with the FreeSync enabled too. So like if you're basically, you're looking to play any titles that support 4K 120, there you go. Even 4K 60, because it's also HDR certified 1000 as well.
And he's not going to
solid monitors.
He's not going to say this, people, but he's talking about Xbox because PlayStation clearly can't run all that shit at one time.
I mean,
they just can't.
I'm just trying to be politically correct.
You are. I got my hat, so there ain't no way politically correct.
Okay.
I got my hat on, so
that's fine. You want to?
They barely could do 1440. They just updated their system to actually support 1440 because they thought nobody plays 1440. Dumbasses. A lot of people play 1440 on a monitor.
I'm playing 1440 right now.
I used to play 1440 to upgrade it to my big screen behind me. Like I had a 32-inch 4K 144, and it did 1440. It did 4K. It did all that, and I played on that for a while. So I don't understand why they thought it was not a thing. It's like, okay, cool. Gamers don't play that way, right? But yeah, what's the website?
It was the article was on PCGamer.com.
PCGamer.com. Okay.
Yeah, it's PCGamer.com. I actually have it up, and I will it let me post it in the chat? I don't know if you could. I don't know if you could share this. I'll send it in the.
If you put it in the chat will see it. But then I can just put it in the screen itself.
It won't let. I don't know if I could type it. It doesn't give me an option to like type.
No, you have to go to YouTube and do it.
Oh, fancy.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Because I see all the platforms I'm streaming too.
Okay.
Wait, you did share it, but you shared it in the private. Okay.
No, in the private. That's what I mean. If you want to put it in the actual chat. Yeah. Okay, I'm pulling us up now. There we go. Right there. There we go.
I shared it right there. PCGamer.com. Okay, cool.
Yeah, so it's a dope monitor. I guess it's coming in black and white. I'm a big fan of Asus. Just Asus, as far as like, not to really go crazy with this, but as far as PC stuff is concerned, peripherals and just tech, like Asus is like great company. Like they do
Asus is really good. Oh yeah.
Yeah. So like they do.
Didn't they come out the motherboard side of things first?
Yeah, no, just they're known for their computer parts, obviously, but they also do peripherals now. Their big thing is monitors too. They've been big on monitors for quite a few years, like high end, like competition monitors and stuff. And then just with these now, I mean, there's other monitors that are similar, I guess, to this, but the ones that are actually supporting 2.1 that are in a respectable price range. That's the biggest thing. Because not all of these monitors are like under 2,000. Like this monitor at least is under 2,000. But you got to, like, if you're not a gamer, I don't know if you're buying this monitor. Like literally, you have to be.
That sells out like
you should be.
Mm-hmm.
What's up?
No. God is saying waiting for the RTX 390 in stock, and that's gonna be a while, man. That's gonna be a long time before you. I mean, if you got the patience, then you're good to go. But
that's what it's called. Go to Micro Center on Tuesdays and Thursdays at 6 o'clock in the morning.
6 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah. And line up outside, and hope for the best.
Really good card. But are you building for the future? What are you doing? Like, what are you building?
Well, no, like you literally, Well, I mean, if you get a 3090, I mean, right now, if you get a 3090, just to be like, I got a 3090, and hopefully you didn't pay $3,000 for it, like a lot of people have been doing.
Yeah, I mean, but if you are gonna go out for that card, be patient with it, man. Don't be buying them
That's
resale prices.
That's what I would say. Like, yeah, because these reseller prices are just, unless you're buying it and trying to find it
Give me a
MSRP
second.
for the purpose of selling it.
Yeah,
You know?
yeah. I mean, yeah. If you're, yeah. But these scalpers just got a grip on. They have a grip on these things.
Yeah.
Not just that, but the consoles itself, both PlayStation and the Xbox. It's like, oh my god, these scalpers! I wish they could do. Oh, you're building a PC? Nice. I wish they could do something about it, man. They need to really think about how they can deter this. I don't know how you can. I really don't know how, but there's got to be a system that they could try something. Something had to be tried for this to be deterred, because right at this current time they're not even trying anything. There's nothing they're trying that's going to deter them. It's simply, hey, it's in stock, and they just got a software that's going to like just hit and ping the heck out of that damn website until they buy all of it up with these credit cards. So
yeah.
All right, man. That brings us to the end of our show. The last thing I want to talk about to end the show is, yes, I spoke about. I will be talking about some PlayStation stuff here to end the show, but it's the game Returnal. I'm not sure if you're familiar with that logic. Have you seen some gameplay on it?
I've literally I watched Skillups early access to it because a lot of creators
Good. Yep.
and a lot of creators got like not alpha, but basically just early codes for the game, because the game comes out I think in May.
Yeah, it comes out. No, the 30th.
Oh, so it comes out at the end of April. Yeah, honestly, from what I looked at it, like if I had a PlayStation 5, because I know that's a console exclusive, I'd be buying that game. Like me personally, I would be buying that game. From what I saw.
Look, when I first, and I'm gonna be 100% honest here, it has nothing to do with me, with my dislike of the way PlayStation handling stuff and anything like that. But when I first saw the Returnal gameplay, like last year or whatever, they showed it off.
Yeah.
A lot of the reaction that I saw from the community, including myself, was like, wow, what is this? This looks really, really good. If you take the fanboy side of things out, this looks really damn good.
Just as a game. Yeah.
As a game, it looks really good. As it kept getting closer and closer, now they actually have the early code in content creators' hands. And I've been watching, Scale Up is one of them. I've been watching a couple of these channels, and they're playing it. I'm not liking it as much, man. I'm looking at it, I'm going, it's a fun looking game. It's just not my type of game.
Well, you have to be like, so the Metroid, or I forgot what
Metrovania,
like Metrovania, type of like the levels are procedurally generated. If you die, then you basically get reset to the start, right?
Well, no. But you start. I think it has it when you die. The more you die, something happens with your body, or something happens that you don't just start from the beginning. Something's happening.
It has that like Demon Souls thing too, where like people like you could see other people like die and like see what they did before, I think, or something, or
it was something like that. I'm not sure what it was.
Yeah.
But it does have some pop textures in it. I was watching gameplay. It does have pop textures in it where it's like
it looks really pretty.
It's a pretty game, but there's a couple of things that concern me. Like the pop textures concern me. The fact that you can aim anywhere in the vicinity of the enemy. You don't have to really aim at the enemy, and the bullets will go right to the enemy.
It has like that, or they still were saying it had like that kind of like almost auto aiming feature, where you're basically, when you're playing and you're fighting enemies, you're dodging, like you're focusing more on dodging versus actually shooting the enemy, which I guess that could be kind of boring, or it could get maybe repetitive.
This is why I wouldn't want to purchase it. I mean, I said this earlier this week. It's not worth my $70. That doesn't mean it ain't worth your $70.
Yeah.
For me, it's not.
That's another part too. It's $70.
That's the big part for me, is that it's $70. Even $60 for me is like Game Pass has spoiled me. Put it like that. It's just one of those things where it's like $70 for a game that's, I think at max, I think it's like 5 to 10 hours. It's okay. I've played games that are shorter. I get it, but $70 is not for me. I can't just throw $70 at something like that. It almost, the game looks good, but then. And I know this is the running joke right now on the internet, but Recore is exactly what it goes back to. And even big channels have been saying, "Oh, you can't compare to Recore. Recore is a different game." Listen, man, if you know the history of gaming, please know your fucking history of gaming. Recore started off bad when it first came out, and when they revamped it and they made it better. If you do I forgot who did that earlier. They tweeted a side-by-side comparison of both
game mechanics is really similar.
It's a similar game mechanic. It's the same exact thing. Recore and this is the same exact thing. I agree, Goddess. Returnal should be around the $50 mark in my value. For me, my value about $50. Or Game Pass. But It's one of those things.
Just imagine if Sony actually had a service where they could launch first-party titles, like, and you already paying a subscription monthly fee for it, whatever it is, even if you paid for the whole
that's
year.
That's not gonna go good with the people that wants to pay full price and support.
They want to support devs, man.
That's
not
not
a way
gonna
to
work
support
with
devs.
that. That's not gonna work.
It's just not. But I'm going with logic. I'm gonna follow that. I'm gonna follow that with them. Imagine they had a service.
Just imagine.
Imagine that
would be
service
great.
where they pay monthly, every month,
or a year. You do it 1 year. You did
or
1
yearly.
year, right?
Imagine they had this kind of service that they can go in there and download games, play whenever they want.
Maybe play a couple of backlog titles from like older generations.
Imagine that.
Imagine.
Can you imagine? I mean, that'd be awesome. And a game like Returnal could be on there. Or you don't even have to put the full title. You can put a demo out there and play that. And just play the demo.
And then do like what Outriders did, and then have like from your demo, like have your progress like stay if like you really like it. I think that's just what
Imagine that. But again, that's Sony does their thing differently. Returnal for me, am I gonna play this? Probably will. I'll probably end up playing this game. It looks fun enough for me to like when the price drops on it. And I don't want to hurt the elites out there, but when the price drops on it, I'm going to go ahead and get it.
No, Kills, fuck that. When the price drops on it, it's a possibility that it might be purchased. I'm tired of that. I'm tired of that shit too. It's like not everybody has the fucking money to be buying games day one. Like, believe me, I wanted Mass Effect Legendary Edition. Like, you know how many times I played Mass Effect, like the trilogy? I'm talking about Andromeda. I'm talking about 1, 2, and 3. I love that series. I fucking played that series into the ground. I still have
to be fair,
series.
I don't think nobody acknowledges Andromeda. When you say Mass Effect, it's 1, 2,
I'm just saying, right? I'm just saying 1, 2, 3. Yeah, but people still shit talk 3 too, because people say like 1. What? Oh, nobody really. Yeah, people shit talk 3 all the time. Even with the fixed ending, people shit talk 3.
Oh, because of the ending. Yeah,
because of the ending. Spoilers. The ending kind of sucked. I guess.
Got a new idea too. That would be great.
But you know what I mean? But it's like the Legendary Edition where they did all these quality of life changes and all that stuff. Like, I can't spend $60 on a game right now, so I'll be waiting. Now, if that thing was like on, I think it's on EA Play though. I think it's a part of
the 1, 2, and 3. It is not the Legendary, but the 1, 2, and 3 classic ones.
Right.
They are, and they're all 4 of them, even in genre. They're all right there for you to use.
That's what I mean. But like, because it's a first party like thing, like, the point I was trying to make is, that's why I'm more inclined to have streaming services over purchasing the full game. I signed up for Origin Access, is what they called it before it was EA Play, just to get Anthem, because I knew like, okay, instead of like, I wanted to buy Anthem outright, and thank God I didn't, because thank God they let you play the game, because you see what happened with Anthem. Not every game's an Anthem, but that's another thing too. It's like, imagine like paying for a game and then, knowing that game that released isn't even a full fucking game. Yep. So it's like, and then you're on a console and you can't get a refund, unless you argue like, enough, and then they, you purchased it.
That's my problem with this whole day and date support devs at whatever price it is, because devs has proven themselves time and time again, especially now with the pandemic and everything going on, that these games are coming out incomplete, broken with bugs. Yeah. I'm not doing that. If y'all really were about supporting the fucking devs, y'all would have been supporting Cyberpunk, right? Y'all would have been out there fucking supporting Cyberpunk instead of PlayStation taking out Anthem instead of having fucking PlayStation yank the shit out of Cyberpunk and take it over the digital store. Y'all are here flexing the wrong flex, talking about, we support the devs, but yet Cyberpunk got taken completely out of your goddamn fucking store. And here we are talking about support the devs. Look, listen, it's one of those things that I get support the devs. Not everybody, I'm going to go with logic on this. I don't have $70 to just throw away and go, here you go, support the devs. They're not starving. They're not starving, for God's sake. They work, they got money.
I was going to say, they technically got paid to make the game.
They got paid to make the game. They don't get paid after.
What you're talking about now is maybe performance bonuses, depending on how the game did, whatever the contract might be. But it's not like they worked for free when they designed and made the game. That's
like
not
the way they framing this is like they're in a corner, some booth in a corner trying to make a game so they can eat. No, man, they get their money. If you're talking about support these devs so that more games can come out.
Yes.
Now that's a different conversation.
Did you ever see that? Remember the show Silicon Valley?
Yes.
If you want to see like this, pretty similar. If you want to see how like game developer is, just watch that show. You'll see it's funny but some of the parts in there is true about how they get their money to make the stuff they need to do to give out to the people. But it's really similar.
Yeah.
Watch that show.
I agree. It does show. Yeah, actually, yeah. It gives you a good knowledge, a good behind the scenes, even though it's a show, but it gives you a behind the scenes look at what development looks like, what a cycle goes through when it goes through pre-alpha build, alpha, all that. It just shows you that kind of stuff. People need to have, like, if you don't know nothing about development, you don't know nothing about how this works, shut up, stay in your lane, play the damn games as you're supposed to as a gamer. That's what we do here. We play games. If you have an opinion, talk about it, but don't assume and talk about something you don't know. You purchasing games local, like whatever, I'm going to purchase games just to support, is not doing anything at all. If you're really talking about supporting the developers and you're talking about growth, then you would be supporting the indie scene, the smaller titles, the ones that come out that have no kind of marketing backing to it. Because a lot of these developers, these AAA titles, they come from that background.
Yeah,
they come from that background. Unfortunately, they don't have the money when it comes to the indie games.
Game studios don't just wake up one day and said, "Oh, I think I'm going to make a AAA game today."
Right.
And you know what I mean? And
it's
like
that way.
Right. No, that's not like everyone starts from somewhere. Everyone starts from somewhere. So
it's just that I mean, and going back to just to end this conversation with Returnal, it's not a day one for me, but it'll be something I purchase once the price drops. Yeah, you can hate me all you want, but once that price drops is when I'm gonna be picking it up. I just don't deem it a $70 price. I deem it $60. To me, it's a Game Pass kind of a game. Unfortunately, I am spoiled now, so it feels like a Game Pass game. It's a AA title, not a AAA. And if this is what you're supporting to push consoles out, you're backing the wrong horse. This is not something that will push a console. It's just not. I mean, if you've played games in the past before, you've played games like this. Recore is a perfect example of what this game looks like. I know, again, you have big channels out there. Oh, it's not the same shit. Stop it. Stop playing guitars and actually play games and know your history. That's what you got to do. You got to learn your history when it comes to these games. A lot of these games are similar to each other. That is the same thing, man. Same thing. Shots fired. I know. Boom. He ain't never gonna see this shit. Whatever, man. Whatever, man. Anyways, that's gonna be probably my Wednesday podcast. We go at these big time freaking podcasters who don't give back to the fucking community. They sit there selling shirts and don't give back to the community. That pisses me off. That's a topic for another day, man. How you sell shit merchandise?
That on Wednesday.
Yeah, I'm gonna do that on Wednesday. It's gonna be on Wednesday. I'm gonna talk my shit Wednesday. I'm gonna call it Talk My Shit Wednesdays. Fucking guys with their cars and splurge. Look what I got now. I got a brand new car and fucking house, and I'm in a vacation that you can never afford. Thank you for your subscribes. Don't give shit back to the community, man. Listen, that's my Wednesday talk shit. Anyways, guys, that was a sneak peek for Wednesday, by the way. I appreciate you guys coming in, taking out the evening for 1 hour and a couple of minutes to spend some time with us and hang out.
Longest one now.
It's the longest one now. Yeah. I want to say that I grew my subscribers. I appreciate you guys. I went from 2 days ago, I tweeted out I'm at the big 50, and now I'm at almost the 60 YouTube subscribers. So I appreciate the support that you guys supporting that, retweeting it, and give me the love there. I also appreciate my followers on Twitter have been growing. That's not something I set my eye to. When I did this, I didn't say I want to do this and that. It's all about the followers. But the more I grow, the more I appreciate it, the more love I feel, the more I give back. Trust me, this is all going to be about you guys. The more this channel grows, the more it's going to be about you guys. I might just play guitar. Who knows? Another shot fired. But anyways, that's what I want to do. Thank you for supporting, for liking, subscribing, retweeting, and all that stuff. Guys, Logic, where they can find you.
Where the name's at Logics_so_sick on all socials, man. Get
awesome. Money, where can they find you at?
Xbox Live, Twitter, that guy P Money.
That guy P Money. As always, chat, you guys have been beautiful. Final thoughts from me is thank you again for joining us today this afternoon. We'll see you soon. I'm just trying to do. I'm as you can see, I'm stretching time right now because I'm trying to find my video for my outro.
You're vamping. I think that's what the elites call it.
That's what the elites call it. Vamping.
Yeah,
okay, I'm not vaping, but vamping.
You're vamping.
Vamping. Okay.
Buy yourself time.
I'm trying to buy time here. So, but other than that, let me add that here. All right, chat. Thank you guys for joining in. It is now 6:20. This beautiful April 25th. I thank you for joining us. But as always, I always say this in the show with this: happy motherfucking gaming, guys.
Peace out.
Later.